On April 23, 2024, at approximately 6 o'clock in the evening, the body of 33-year-old Melanie Woods was discovered in the bathtub of her Manhattan's New York residence. Over 20 stab wounds were inflicted upon her. Hello everyone! Welcome to today's video where we'll try to know the intriguing details of the Melanie Woods murder case that has shook the nation. This case has left many puzzled and seeking answers. Let's explore the facts surrounding this tragic event. Melanie Woods, a vibrant soul who brought out the best in anyone around her, was found dead in her bathtub on a fateful evening. The circumstances surrounding her death are shrouded in mystery, with many unanswered questions looming over the investigation. As the case unfolds, new evidence and leads emerge, painting a complex picture of what transpired on that tragic day. Join me as we analyze the evidence presented via investigators and unravel the complex web of relationships that may have played a role in this heinous crime. Melanie Woods is a generous and selfless woman who enjoys participating in social work and lending a hand to those in need. Woods earned a bachelor's degree from UCLA, a master's from Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health, and a certificate from the San Francisco AIDS Foundation. She was a member of the CDC Foundation's COVID-19 Emergency Response Corps workforce, in addition to her time with the New York City Test and Trace Corps. After leaving the AIDS Foundation, Woods left an indelible mark on New York. She had resided in the Manhattan neighborhood of 2nd Avenue, close to E. 117th Street. She was in a relationship with Candido Rodriguez, a 51-year-old man who used to live in Manhattan's as well. On April 2024, her family expected her to arrive in California by April 22nd. It was somewhat uncommon for Woods' family because she missed her flight to California, which she had planned. Concern about her health spread among her loved ones. A friend and Woods' mother used an app to track her cell phone. The app showed the device was still in Woods' apartment. Fearing the worst, they called police for a surveillance check. The police repeatedly knocked on her apartment door when they arrived to see how she was doing, but nobody answered. Finally, they broke the door to find out what had transpired. They discovered that numerous pieces of furniture had been arranged to obstruct the entrance. The police eventually dislodged them from the entryway and entered the residence. After searching the area, they discovered Melanie in her bathtub with many slashes on her neck and stab wounds to her upper torso. The authorities notified Melanie's loved ones of her death by calling them immediately. Police began their investigation shortly after. A search of her flat and the surrounding area was initiated by the police, who also questioned nearby residents for information. Candido Rodriguez, Melanie's boyfriend, was caught on camera entertaining at the apartment. He appeared visibly angry, and the next morning, he fled the scene in a hurry, according to the police. A witness who wished to remain anonymous told the police, "I heard raised voices coming from the victim's apartment the night before her body was discovered." This information is part of the police's questioning of Melanie's neighbors. There were several important business conversations cut off because of how loud the debate was, the lady recalled. "At first, I thought it was a sports film, like fighting, arguing," the 27-year-old neighbor remarked, supposing that Woods was watching her TV. "What the fuck is that?" I thought to myself. In no time at all, the sounds ceased. The next morning, a much louder group of voices, coupled with what sounded like furniture moving in Woods' flat, were heard by the neighbor's wife. It wasn't until Tuesday night, when their floor was overrun with police, that they even considered it. "We heard the police break down the door and then break down another door," the neighbor recalled. According to the woman, Woods had resided in the building for around 1 year. Upon reflection, the neighbor wishes she had intervened upon hearing the dispute. Someone slammed the door as they exited Woods' flat, and other neighbors also heard the furious argument. Because of their shared devotion to canines, Woods and the neighbor and her wife became close after Woods passed away, while caring for a foster dog in her apartment. There was no damage to Delilah, the dog. According to the neighbor, Woods was a really terrific person and really cool, so it's unfortunate. She was obviously an excellent dog parent. In that respect, my wife had complete faith in Melanie. Rodriguez, according to the woman, seemed to be living with Woods, which created a weird vibe for her and the other neighbors. He told us that Woods was his wife, and then he kind of made weird advances flirtatiously toward my wife, said the woman. Rodriguez would wait for the neighbor's spouse to leave the apartment to walk their dogs so he could open his door and flirt with the wife. "There has to be decorum," said the neighbor, remembering how uncomfortable he made her wife feel. "It came to a point where I would make sure I was always with her. It was just one of those things where you got to be careful." After 33-year-old Melanie Woods was found Tuesday, with several stab wounds and a slash across her neck, police suspended Rodriguez, searched for him, and arrested him on Thursday in connection with her murder. After being charged with first-degree murder and unlawful possession of a weapon, he sobbed and sobbed hysterically at his arraignment on Friday in Manhattan Unlawful Court. After waiting for Woods to return from walking her dog, Rodriguez allegedly stabbed her more than 20 times in the neck, stomach, and legs, according to prosecutor Marcella Lupski. He was detained without bail and placed on suicide watch after his defense attorney, Jessica Harani, urged Judge Michael Ryan to ensure that her client receives prompt medical treatment. Woods allegedly told Rodriguez to stop contacting her after their on-again, off-again relationship ended. Around 6 in the morning on April 23rd, Rodriguez allegedly went to her apartment building after sending her a string of biased, abusive messages. A little over an hour after returning from her morning dog walk, Woods' neighbors reported hearing yelling, smashing, and screams coming from her apartment to the police. The chaos subsided around 8 a.m., said to Lupski, an assistant district attorney in Manhattan. The Rodriguez brutally murdered his ex-girlfriend Melanie and left her in the bathtub of her apartment, according to the prosecution. Additionally, she stated that footage shows Rodriguez stepping out of the premises and requesting a taxi. Because Rodriguez was extremely upset, his defense attorney argued, the court agreed to place him on suicide watch and order him to obtain medical care immediately. His case was heard while he sobbed and was inconsolable as he was brought into the courtroom. On Thursday, the Manhattan Criminal Court was scheduled to arraign Rodriguez. We will wait for the court's decision. Also, Rodriguez's fate. In a fundraising campaign, her family expressed their desire to return her to her home state of California. Far more than the $10,000 asked for, relatives had already contributed over $28,000 to pay for her cremation and the family's flight to New York to settle her affairs. For her funeral, they had collected over $36,000. In an online fundraiser, Melanie was portrayed by her bereaved relatives, Barbara, Stephen, and Kelly Woods, as a doting dog parent who always rooted for the underdog, traveled extensively, and sought out adventure. To know Melanie was to love her, they professed in their poem. The positive energy she exuded was contagious. We will never forget her. Finally, we ask that Melanie Woods be granted justice by the court and that she finds peace in her soul. Comment down below your viewpoint and let us know what's your take on this case. And if you like our true crime-based videos contents, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates on this developing case.